Why does the Bible have so many updates, new ones every year? The Torah does not have any updates. It's the Christian New Testament that has updates, because the Christian New Testament is not the Torah. There's the Torah, which is the 5 books of Moses, and then there's the prophets and the writings, total of 24 books. That's all Jewish. The New Testament is something completely different. The Christians call it the New Testament as if implying that it's a continuation of the Torah, which they call the Old Testament, but that's the biggest lie in the world. It's not a continuation of the Torah. It has nothing to do with the Torah. It only contradicts the Torah. But because the Torah is from God, either directly at Mount Sinai or when he told the prophets, whereas the New Testament is by people. And in fact, all of the people that wrote the New Testament never actually met Jesus. Meaning the guy they're all writing about, the guy they're all worshiping, the guy they're all following, none of them ever saw him in real life, because the New Testament was written between 70 and 300 years after Jesus died. So the whole thing is man-made, and therefore is subject to endless human errors, to such a point that if you watch some of my lectures about the topic, one lecture, you will never believe the New Testament again. Any one of the lectures that I spoke about the topic, you actually look and double check everything I say. One single lecture, you will never believe anything that the New Testament ever says. Literally, you'll throw it in the garbage. Why? Because it's the mistakes that are in it are so clear for someone that knows what they're doing. The average person that goes to the church doesn't really study, doesn't really know what they're doing. They're relying on the integrity and honesty of crooked pastors and priests that really are only there to make money, only there to take advantage of people. Even one of their heroes that was born a Jew but has betrayed Judaism and the Jews and Hashem, this guy, Dr. Brown, recently was exposed for his immorality and misbehaviors of the past. Trust me when I tell you, much more will come from that story and others. Because when a person desecrates God's name in hiding, Hashem will publicize shame on that person. When a person desecrates Hashem's name in the open, like he does, when the show is over for him, you will see public embarrassment like beyond everyone's comprehension. Either way, when a person looks at the New Testament with eyes that understand, they clearly know that this is man-made, full of mistakes, cannot be believed. And the simple proof is there are literally over 200,000 versions of the New Testament. There's only one version of the Torah, but there's over 200,000 versions of the New Testament, over 9,000 versions of the Quran. So even if somebody would want to say that one of them is divine, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, in a fairy tale, let's say one of the 200,000 or the 9,000 versions of either the New Testament or the Quran is real. Let's say it's divine. Which one is it? Which one is it? They would say, oh, it's the Greek version. Which one? Oh, it's the English. Which one? Oh, it's the King James version. So what happened beforehand? How could it be the King James version if the Pope from before him contradicted him and he was closer to Yoshke than he was, because he lived closer to him? So when a person understands, they will immediately abandon anything related to the New Testament and start learning as much Torah as they can, start following the one and only God with his one and only Torah, and both the written Torah and the oral Torah. And whether they are a Jew or a non-Jew, they can follow the path that belongs to them, that they have to do. Jews have to follow the laws the Torah says for Jews. Non-Jews have to follow the laws that pertain to non-Jews, which the Torah also talks about. But I have plenty of lectures about this topic, and we have students that are Jews, we have students that are non-Jews, we have students that used to be Christians that have become Jews. used to be Muslims become Jews. We have students that have used to be Christians or Muslims and now are just righteous Noahides, meaning that they are righteous Gentiles. I even have students that came to me as missionaries, meaning they came to convince me to abandon God and adopt their idol worship of Christianity. And in the end, they ended up converting to Judaism. Why? Because in the discussion, the information that they got, simply they realized they are living a lie. They're living a lie, and Baruch Hashem, they made the right choice. Some people see that they're living a lie, but they still want to continue living that lie because they're too committed to it and so on. But anyway, there's plenty of lectures that I have on the topic. Go to my YouTube channel. You could just type the word Christianity or New